As they say, use it or lose it. This couldn't be truer when it comes to our brains. We often focus on habits that improve our physical health, but what about our mental well-being? Our daily routines can have a significant impact on our brain health, sometimes in ways we don't even realize. From multitasking to poor sleep habits, some behaviors are quietly sabotaging our cognitive functions. It's time to shine a light on the habits that might be damaging our brains and learn how to keep our minds sharp and healthy for the long haul. At number 1, overuse of prescription stimulants. Overusing prescription stimulants is like trying to run your car on rocket fuel. Sure, you'll get a temporary boost, but it's going to wreak havoc on your engine in the long run. People often turn to ADHD medications or nootropics thinking they've found a magic pill for productivity. At first, it feels like you've unlocked some hidden superpower. Suddenly, you're laser-focused and plowing through tasks. But here's the catch. Your brain wasn't designed for this kind of constant, unnatural stimulation. Relying on these drugs regularly can mess with your brain's natural chemistry. Your brain gets used to the artificial boost and starts to slack off on producing its own necessary chemicals. It's like hiring a tutor to do your homework every night and then wondering why you can't pass the test on your own. Over time, this dependency can actually reduce your brain's ability to focus and function normally without the drugs. You end up needing more to get the same effect, and before you know it, you're stuck in a vicious cycle. Take Steph, for example. Steve started using Adderall during her final exams in college. It worked wonders. She was pulling all-nighters and acing her tests. Fast forward a few years and Steph is popping pills just to get through a regular workday. The side effects are starting to show. She's jittery, anxious, and has trouble sleeping. Her productivity is a roller coaster, and without the meds, she feels like her brain is in a fog. The problem with this shortcut is that it doesn't teach your brain how to manage itself. It's like taking steroids to build muscle without doing the workout, unsustainable and potentially harmful. Instead of turning to stimulants, building healthy habits like regular exercise, proper sleep, and balanced nutrition can help enhance your brain's natural capacity without the crash. So next time you think about reaching for that little pill, remember that your brain, like a good car, runs best on a balanced, consistent maintenance plan, not on periodic doses of rocket fuel. Number 2. Avoidance of new experiences. Media. Close-up of a woman applying subtle but captivating fragrance as she prepares to make an entrance. These revised media queries reflect the focus on women's elegance in appearance and provide visuals that align with the specified command. Media 10. Avoiding new experiences is like keeping your brain on a strict diet of plain oatmeal every day. Sure, it's comfortable and predictable, but it doesn't provide the variety and stimulation your brain craves to stay sharp and adaptable. When you stick to the same routine and avoid challenges, your brain's neural pathways become rigid, making it harder to think creatively or solve problems. New experiences, whether it's learning a new skill, meeting new people, or traveling to unfamiliar places, act like mental cross-training. They force your brain to adapt, form new connections, and stay flexible. Without these mental workouts, your cognitive abilities can start to decline, much like muscles that atrophy from lack of use. In short, your brain thrives on novelty and change. Mixing up your routine and seeking out new experiences keeps your mind engaged and resilient. So next time you're tempted to stick to the same old, remember that stepping out of your comfort zone is not just good for your personal growth, it's essential for your brain health too. At number 3, chronic multitasking. Chronic multitasking is like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle on a tightrope. It's bound to end in disaster. You might think you're being super productive by doing 10 things at once, but the reality is your brain isn't built for it. When you constantly switch between tasks, your brain has to reset each time, which wastes time and energy. Instead of getting more done, you're actually making more work for yourself and doing it less efficiently. Imagine trying to write an important report while responding to emails, checking your phone, and attending a virtual meeting all at the same time. Sure, you might feel like a productivity ninja, but what's really happening is you're giving each task a fraction of your attention. The report ends up full of errors, your emails are half-baked, and you miss key points in the meeting. Not to mention you're left feeling frazzled and stressed out. Take Jane, for example. She's the queen of multitasking, always bragging about how she can handle everything at once. But when you look closer, Jane is constantly missing deadlines, forgetting important details, and burning out quickly. Her brain is so scattered from the constant switching that she's never fully present for any one task. By the end of the day, she's exhausted, but hasn't really accomplished much of substance. The kicker is, multitasking can also mess with your brain's ability to focus on a single task when you need to. It's like training yourself to be distracted. Over time, your attention span shrinks, and you find it harder to concentrate, even when you're not multitasking. It's a recipe for cognitive decline. Instead of trying to be a multitasking superhero, focus on one task at a time. Give it your full attention, complete it, and then move on to the next thing. You'll find that not only do you get things done more efficiently, but the quality of your work improves, and you feel less stressed. Your brain will thank you for it. Hey, beautiful people, if you're finding value in this discussion about brain health and habits, consider subscribing to the channel for more insightful content like this. Your support helps us continue to bring you useful information to keep your mind sharp and healthy. Number 4. Lack of sleep discipline. Lack of sleep discipline is like treating your brain to a nightly game of whack-a-mole. Irregular sleep patterns and poor sleep hygiene disrupt your brain's natural processes for repair and memory consolidation. When you skimp on quality sleep or maintain erratic sleep hours, your brain doesn't get the downtime it needs to sort out the day's information and recharge. This disruption can leave you feeling groggy, cranky, and unfocused. It's like trying to run the latest software on an outdated computer. Everything just lags. Over time, chronic sleep issues can lead to more serious cognitive problems, including memory loss and decreased problem-solving abilities. You might think you're getting more done by burning the midnight oil, but in reality, you're setting yourself up for a brain fog that no amount of caffeine can clear. Good sleep hygiene, such as sticking to a consistent sleep schedule, creating a restful environment, and winding down before bed, is essential for keeping your brain sharp and your mood stable. So, while it might be tempting to binge-watch one more episode or scroll through your phone late at night, remember that a well-rested brain is far more effective than a sleep-deprived one. Get your Ziz, and let your brain do its nightly maintenance work without interruption. Number 5. Constant connectivity. Constant connectivity is like having your brain on a never-ending roller coaster ride. Being perpetually online, especially on social media, bombards your brain with a relentless stream of information and distractions. This constant influx can overwhelm your mental faculties, leaving you frazzled and unable to focus on any one thing for very long. When you're always plugged in, your brain never gets a chance to rest. It's always processing new notifications, updates, and messages, which can lead to mental fatigue. This fatigue can impair your ability to concentrate, remember details, and think critically. Instead of deep, meaningful engagement, you end up skimming the surface of everything, never really absorbing or understanding much. Moreover, the addiction to instant gratification from likes, shares, and comments can mess with your brain's reward system. You start craving that quick dopamine hit, making it harder to enjoy or commit to activities that require sustained effort and attention. Over time, this can lead to reduced cognitive function and even affect your emotional well-being. Number 6. Prolonged isolation. Prolonged isolation is like putting your brain in solitary confinement. Humans are social creatures, and our brains are wired to thrive on interaction. When you cut yourself off from social contact for too long, it's like depriving your brain of one of its essential nutrients. Over time, this can lead to serious cognitive and emotional issues. Think about it. When you're alone for too long, it's easy to get stuck in your own head, replaying the same thoughts over and over. This can lead to increased anxiety and depression, which in turn can affect your memory, focus, and overall mental health. Your brain starts to lose its sharpness, much like a knife that's been left unused in a drawer. Take Elaine, for example. Elaine used to be the life of the party, always surrounded by friends and family. But after moving to a new city for a job, she found herself spending most of her time alone. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal. She enjoyed the peace and quiet. But gradually, she started to feel more anxious and down. She had trouble concentrating at work and started forgetting little things. It wasn't until she made an effort to connect with new people and build a social network that she began to feel like herself again. The truth is, social interaction helps keep your brain active and engaged. Conversations challenge your thinking, expose you to new ideas, and provide emotional support that can buffer against stress. Even casual interactions like chatting with a barista or saying hello to a neighbor can make a difference. So, while it might be tempting to hunker down in your own bubble, remember that your brain needs social stimulation to stay healthy. Make an effort to reach out to friends, join a club, or simply engage with the people around you. Your brain will be sharper and you'll likely feel happier and more connected. Number 7. Poor nutrition. Poor nutrition is like fueling a Ferrari with cheap, low-grade gas. It might get you moving, but it won't perform at its peak. Your brain, like that Ferrari, needs high-quality fuel to function well. Diets high in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats can lead to inflammation in the brain and hinder its ability to function optimally. Think of it as trying to run a marathon after a fast food feast. It's not going to end well. Nutrient deficiencies, especially in vitamins like B12 and minerals like iron, can also affect brain health. These nutrients play crucial roles in cognitive functions such as memory and focus. Without them, your brain struggles to perform at its best, much like a car running low on oil. On the flip side, a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats provides your brain with the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants it needs to stay sharp and healthy. So next time you reach for a snack, think about whether it's fueling your brain for success or setting it up for a crash. Your brain is worth the extra effort of feeding it well. Number 8. Ignoring emotional health. Ignoring emotional health is like letting a leaky faucet drip continuously. It might not seem like a big deal at first, but over time, it can cause significant damage. Suppressing emotions or not addressing mental health issues like anxiety and depression can wreak havoc on your brain. Chronic stress floods your brain with cortisol, which, in excess, can impair cognitive functions, mess with your memory, and even shrink your brain's size. When you don't deal with your emotions, they don't just go away. They fester and build up, leading to emotional and mental burnout. It's like ignoring a check engine light on your car. Sure, you can keep driving for a while, but eventually, things are going to break down. Your brain needs you to address and manage your emotional health to function properly. Taking care of your emotional health isn't just about feeling good, it's about maintaining your brain's health. Practices like mindfulness, therapy, or even talking to a friend can help keep your emotional well-being in check. So instead of bottling things up, give your brain a break and let it process emotions in a healthy way. Your cognitive functions will thank you for it. Number 9. Neglecting intellectual curiosity. Neglecting intellectual curiosity is like letting your brain slowly turn into mush. When you constantly scroll through social media, binge-watch shows, or read nothing but clickbait articles, you're not giving your brain the workout it needs. It's like eating junk food all the time, tasty in the moment, but terrible for your long-term health. Your brain thrives on challenges and deep thinking, and when it doesn't get that, it starts to atrophy. Think of your brain as a muscle. If you never push it beyond its comfort zone, it gets weak. This means not just sticking to surface-level information, but diving deeper. Remember that time you read the headline about the new planet discovered and felt satisfied knowing just that? That's intellectual laziness at its finest. Instead of stopping there, what if you had explored the details about why that planet is unique, how it was discovered, and what it means for our understanding of the universe? That would have given your brain the stretch it needs. An example of this in action. Imagine you're at a party, and someone brings up quantum physics. You nod along, but internally cringe because you've got no clue what they're talking about. Instead of zoning out and heading for the snack table, use this as an opportunity to spark your curiosity. Later, look up some beginner-friendly resources on quantum physics. It doesn't have to be a deep dive into complex equations, but understanding the basics will give your brain a good workout. Plus, next time you're at a party, you can drop some quantum knowledge and impress everyone. Thank you for watching and catch you in the next video. Take care and bye for now.